Hello, welcome to today's edition of the Academy. This one's gonna be a little different. We're gonna take a slight break away from Sun Tzu for 1 week. Okay, chapter 8's done. We're about to start chapter 9, but I kind of wanted to bring something up. I call this one playing the Kobayashi Maru scenario. Now, for those of you who don't know, I don't know how many of you wouldn't know, but Kobayashi Maru scenario is a scenario within the Star Trek universe in which it was a no-win scenario, part of the Starfleet Academy test for their officer corps to see how they would handle that desperate, about to die, you're about to lose your crew situation. It's more of a test of character, test of how they would command in the most desperate situation. So, I had a thought the other day, and it dawned on me that sometimes you can learn something from a scenario like that. Now, no one likes the no-win scenario, but sometimes you have opportunities to play a no-win scenario. Now, as you know, I love playing the Tau, but I also hate playing against them. Okay, I know what they can do. And a lot of people don't really like doing that. You might not like playing against the Necrons either. Sometimes the Eldar. You know, some game systems where one faction is stronger than the rest. In bolt action, your opponent might have vehicles or certain units that are just something you can't hurt. You don't have the, for example, someone brings in a heavy tank, and you don't have anything, a heavy anti-tank answer, right? So it's almost a no-win scenario there. Do you not play it? Well, maybe you should. So let me just think on this for a second. If you only play games you can win, yeah, you will have a lot of fun. It's great. It's enjoyable. But I think you may be missing out on some opportunities. If there's no chance of you really to win, or a very, very slim chance for you to win, remember, that gives you the freedom to mess up, to experiment, because you know you're most likely going to lose anyway. So what's the worst that can happen? You're going to lose, right? So, big deal. The best that can happen is you maybe draw, or heck, even win. Who knows? You're not going to know unless you try. And here's where I think it's very, very valuable. And I'll show you an illustration too. You will have the opportunity to go up against an army or an opponent that is just way outside what you think you're capable of handling. Now you have the opportunity to practice using your units to the best of their ability against your opponent in the best way you can do. So you've got, all the things, anti-air, anti-armor, anti-infantry, you name it. There's different types of units. You may not have an answer to one, and that's going to really completely unbalance the game. So play that unbalanced game and try to maximize the effectiveness of your units against the things they are good at. So can you really make your anti-infantry stuff perform perfectly? What can you make them do that are well? How can you respond to situations where your opponent maybe does do some more damage than you normally encounter during a game? How can you recover from that? Again, practice is the key here. I am not a fan of the 7th edition Tau Codex, especially with the Ghost Keel and the Storm Surge. I think it's overkill. Don't particularly like that. Now, what I was thinking one day, we have a player at the shop that is just starting out, and he was able to get some of these units. And I don't want to dissuade anybody from playing the models they like. I do not hold it against anyone. Personally, I'm not going to want to play those models, but I don't hold it against anyone who does want to play them. So I decided I'll play him, but I'm going to use kind of almost the opposite army. So what I did was I built an army of essentially just infantry and a devilfish. Now the infantry, there was pathfinders, there were recruit, there were stealth suits, there were some crisis suits came in. So I had a good mix of capabilities. went up against a ghost keel, one ghost keel, a hammerhead, a storm surge, 2 broadsides, and a couple other units. So pretty strong Tau list for those of you who know Tau. I had tactics that could answer some of these. I wanted to be able to practice them. How well could I do it? Took advantage of some rules. Was able to deal some damage. Took out the storm surge, so it didn't bother me. Tried to figure out how I could take out these other things. Now, some of the dice rolling wasn't great. That you're going to have that, but it gave me a chance to try out an idea I had for how do you actually address those overpowered lists. What can you do, especially if you don't have the models, to deal with that and counter it? Now, I did lose the game, but it was pretty close. Again, some bad rolls that I should have been able to kill a few more things, but it turned out that the concept I had was fairly good. I needed to hone it, to practice it a little bit more. But if I had not gone to that extent of playing that Kobayashi Maru scenario, I would not have been able to prove out a possible way to deal with those units. So I challenge you. Don't put off the possibility of playing an opponent that you know you're going to lose to. Now, I'm not telling you to play that guy that is a pain to play and miserable to play against. But don't kind of turn your nose up at the player who happens to have a unit, an army, that looks overpowered, that looks invincible, that has like an all-jet bike army for the Eldar, or has a huge, multiple tanks in bolt action. Don't put it off. Just remember, in real life, generals had to face situations like that. What would you do? How will you respond? Use the opportunity to just kind of let yourself go. You know you're going to lose, so don't get stressed out about it. Just try some tactics. Try some experiments to see what could work. Play it as hard as you can. Play it as well as you can. But you really want to be sure to give your opponent as good a showing as you can to try to see if some of your ideas for addressing those particular challenges are valid or not. You know what? If they aren't valid, you'll learn. And great, you have more information, so the next time you face someone, you may know what will not work or what will work. I say that's a win. Okay? So, don't worry too much about the Kobayashi Maru scenario you come up with, you encounter in your own gaming environment. Play it. Have fun. We get to put models on the table. We get to roll dice and see what happens. Focus on the storyline. Focus on new tactics and new ideas. Focus on practicing your skills. Focus on maintaining a calm head. Not losing it when things go bad. You know they're going to go bad, so what's to get all frustrated about? Okay? So just a thought. I know it's a little off topic, kind of weird, but I thought maybe you might get something out of that perspective. Okay? So, hope to see you in the next video. Share, like, and subscribe, please. Especially sharing this with your friends, if at all possible, and spread the word out. And I'll see you next week in the Academy. Bye-bye.